What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here checking out the latest update for the realistic birth mod by PandaSama that allows your Sims to have home births. Up until this point, your Sims could go to the hospital and they could deliver via cesarean or the classic medical table or just have a natural birth. It was kind of up to you. But now with the brand new update, your Sims are finally able to give birth in the comfort of their own homes. Before we get started, I just want to give a huge shout out to PandaSama for giving me early access to the update so that I could review it for you guys. If you're interested in picking this up, I believe it will be released for the public on October 26th. I know some of you guys are going to be bummed that you're going to have to wait a little bit for home births, but do keep in mind that there are previous versions of this mod that still allow your Sims to give birth realistically. I do have a video up on the channel kind of going over those features when the mod first was released, so if you guys are interested in checking that out, I will go ahead and link the video in the description. Included in this update are 2 brand new ways that your Sims can give birth at home. Do keep in mind, I'm totally aware that we can give birth at home without any mods at all. But again, this mod is all about realism and allowing your Sims to truly experience the birthing process as close to the real thing as possible. There are 2 different ways that your Sims can give birth at home. Currently, you can actually give birth via the babyboom birth pool, or you could give birth on top of your bed using the babyboom pillows. So I'm just going to type birth into the search bar, and there I have the birth pool. It's about 500 simoleons. It does contribute to like hygiene, stress relief, discomfort. Water consumption rating is apparently a 5, and it's unbreakable, which is great. You need durability for things like this. And then the other option is the babyboom birth pillow, which is only 100 simoleons, so it's a little bit cheaper there. It's about a 4 in energy, a 1 in stress relief, and sits at about a 1 in relieving discomfort. I know it sounds silly to be reading off the stats as if it matters, but it actually does, because your Sim really does go through it when they are going through the laboring process, and all of those little things actually contribute to making it a smoother experience for your Sim. So let's just go over the babyboom birth pool first. You're gonna need a lot of room for this bad boy for like a magnitude of reasons. The biggest reason is that when your Sim finally does give birth, they're gonna spawn a bassinet, and if you don't have enough room for that bassinet, your fetus is getting yeetused straight off your lot. Like, I'm not even kidding. I couldn't even find the baby. It was really weird, but it is one of the things that are in the mod notes, so just something to keep an eye out for. There are a couple different swatches for this, so you can kind of choose whatever your heart desires. I'm gonna go with blue, just because it kind of pops in the living room. And then for the birthing pillows, you'll need this to actually give birth on top of the bed, but do keep in mind that there are a couple exercises that you can perform naturally on the bed that adding these pillows into will prohibit your Sims from being able to do because of the routing issue. So for now, I'm just gonna put these back into the catalog, and we'll definitely focus on that a little bit later. But first, I kind of want to show you guys what it's like to give birth in the pool. It's actually really freaking beautiful, and I love how this pool has water in it, and as you guys can see, it's like animated, so it just feels really real and like organic. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. So anyway, let's move on to my Sim. I can't even believe she's like boxing right now. She's in her 2nd trimester, and when your Sims are in their 2nd trimester, this would be the time to start kind of organizing what type of birth they would like to have. So what we're gonna do is we're actually going to go, I think, into, I want to say home, because that makes the most sense. And then you're going to call the obstetrician or the OB, and we are going to organize ourselves a little home birth. So you have the option of going through with a home birth, or as I've previously mentioned, you can go to the hospital and get a C-section, or you can just stick to the script and have your Sim give birth via the surgery machine. I'm pretty sure you guys are all familiar with that and the infamous T-pose, but for obvious reasons today, we're gonna go with a home birth. Many parents contemplate home births because they want to avoid the high-tech atmosphere and medical interventions of a hospital. Others prefer the freedom and ability to spend labor with loved ones. If you choose to give birth at home, you may call your midwife once you go into labor. They will arrive at your home and assist you until your baby is delivered. Make sure to purchase a birth pool if you are going for a water birth, or a birth pillow if you are going for a bed bed birth. Jaylene has chosen home birth. If you change your mind, you may call your obstetrician again at any time to choose a different birthing option. Once your sim finally goes into labor, that's when the real fun begins, because now you can do so many different things, including asking a friend or a partner to essentially accompany you during the birth. So what you need is you need to either have a friendship level of 70 or a romance level of 30. Obviously, Javon is the baby daddy and the boyfriend to my Jaylene, so it's an easy yes for him. Of course I would do anything for you. Having a birthing partner for your sim is absolutely critical, if not mandatory in some instances, because if you don't have them, you won't be able to perform interactions like cuddling with your partner in the birthing pool, or if you decided to go for that bed birth, they actually help in assisting in delivering your baby, and without them, that wouldn't be a possibility. There's also a couple other interactions that I'll go over that are exclusive to you and your partner, and I think they are absolutely adorable. But of course, if you didn't want to have a birthing partner, you don't necessarily need to have one. You just wouldn't be able to have an at-home birth on the bed, but you could still give birth in the birthing pool. Now that we've got everything prepared for our home birth, we actually have to click on our sim that's in labor and select start home birth. Jaylene is going into labor. Prepare her home birth by purchasing a birth pool or birth pillows. Activities such as the breathing exercise, taking a bath, or exercising on the birth ball will help her manage her contraction pains and speed up dilation. You might now notice every now and again your sim's gonna have like a big old puddle underneath their shoes as if they, you know, like had a bladder accident, but it's not. It's obviously like their water breaking. So let's talk about dilation a little bit, y'all. So as you guys may or may not know, in the real world, you have to dilate to like about 10 centimeters, and that's when you're ready to push. It's very similar with this mod. You have to get there, and if you take a peek over to her moodlet panel, you'll see she's uncomfortable. She has 3 days to be in labor, and also she'll get some other like little moodlets and whatnot that will kind of pertain to like the labor, the contractions. For instance, we have this uncomfortable moodlet that says, "Whoa, from water breaking, Jaylene's water just broke and a huge amount of water came out. For a second, Jaylene thought she had peed herself." To speed up the dilation process and also kind of minimize these uncomfortable moodlets that your sims are going to inevitably experience, you can do things like purchase a yoga ball. And if you have a birthing partner, you can ask them for a little back massage. So we're going to have Jovan come over here and kind of, just help relieve some of that tension, some of that stress. I'm actually going to get Jaylene into a more comfortable outfit too. I'm thinking I will put her in her little like moo-moo, and she's got her hair up and, you know, her little socks, so she's comfortable and warm and cozy. Isn't this animation like the sweetest? I love this mod because it actually allows your sims to get in there and be an active part of such a beautiful experience. I might be mistaken, but I think that the yoga ball and its interactions are already public, so this isn't something that comes with this update, but I still wanted to showcase them because it's, you know, it's kind of cute. I like it. So another thing that we can do, okay, we don't actually need any like equipment for this. We can actually sway with our partner, and I think this too is also just such a cute little bonding moment. And this is what the swaying together animation looks like. I can't even tell you how impressed I am. I love their facial expressions too. Like, you can tell she is just going through the emotions. He's like rubbing her back so delicately and tenderly. I think this is seriously such the cutest thing. And then look at her little feet too. Like, everything about this animation is on point, and he is just whispering sweet nothings in her ear, trying to reassure her that she is doing amazing. In fact, Jaylene did get another uncomfortable moodlet that says, "Jaylene's contractions are definitely uncomfortable, but manageable for now. Perhaps she should rest up for a while she can, or maybe take a walk before moving becomes unbearable. One way or another, she should definitely take advantage of this calm before the storm." And that brings me to another interaction that your sims can actually do on their own. They can go for a walk, and again, this kind of just helps with the contraction pain, and this also speeds up dilation as well. So once Javon and Jaylene break it up over here, she'll go out for her little like evening stroll in her socks. Apparently she actually doesn't change into any special like attire. Another thing I want to show you is what it looks like to cuddle with your partner in the tub. This animation too also just sends me. I love how they will actually get into their swimwear. However, it does take the sim that's actually going through the birthing process a little bit longer to get in their swimsuit, but the partner comes up from behind and grabs their shoulders, and together, as you guys can see, so beautifully, might I add, they labor with one another or labor together. Oh my God, I am so impressed. Like, how the heck is this even a mod? Oh my gosh, I love it. And might I add, like, just watching my Sims go through such a moment together makes me even feel inevitably more closer to them. I am in love. I think this is so cute. So I did mention earlier, right? Like, if you take a shower or a bath, that will also help speed up the dilation process. Another thing that your Sims can do on their own is they can do breathing exercises on the bed. So we're gonna have Jaylene go over here and she's gonna perform some breathing exercises. Now you will notice like their motives and stuff just tank during this process. So I'm gonna just kind of go over here and, you know, play them up a little bit. But typically I would let them kind of just, you know, go through it themselves. But yeah, there she is. She's doing her little breathing exercises, grabbing her bump. I wish she would stay in her freaking clothes that I gave her because this outfit just looks very, very, very uncomfortable. So I'm gonna put her back in that, and I think she just looks so beautiful there. At this point, you know, we've been laboring for a little while now. Like, she has to be somewhat further along, right? Like, hopefully she's about like a 3 or 4 in terms of dilation. So what you need to do is you actually need to go back to your home button and call your midwife. This will send somebody out. It's about 120 simoleons an hour, I want to say. With their help, they'll be able to assist you with your water birth, and they'll also be able to do different things like check your dilation and see how your baby is doing. You know, all of the things that just provide a little more affirmation that your labor is going well. And here we have a notification that says your midwife will arrive shortly. Hi there, my name is Ando. Nice to meet you. I will be assisting your birth today. How are you feeling? Rest assured, you and your baby are in good hands. I love how Jaylene is just in the bathroom like, girl, please back the F up. I am not in the mood right now. Couldn't be me, man. Couldn't be me. And she's thinking about worms and squirms and all sorts of weird things. But I did want to tell you guys, I had a little issue earlier with the midwife when I was playtesting this mod. At that point, I had every single mod and piece of CC installed into my save. And when I went to summon her or them, they weren't showing up like indefinitely. Like, there was nobody coming to the house. And once I took those mods out, I actually was able to summon the midwife. So if you're having an issue where your midwife never shows up, chances are it's probably a mod conflict. Unfortunately, I don't know which mod it is. That would take a little more time to diagnose. But if you are having an issue, it's not necessarily related to PandaSama's mod. It's actually, again, a mod conflict. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over and we are going to have Ando check on the baby. We can also like fire and dismiss them. We can hang out, chat, talk, you know, just kind of pass the time here. Oh my gosh, she's over here with her little stethoscope checking on the baby. The baby's heart rate is slightly higher. This means they're getting an adequate oxygen supply. You're so strong and you're doing great. Labor's intense and you're doing such a great job working through your labor. Next, we need to ask the $1,000,000 question. How dilated are we? Because I feel like we have been laboring for literally ever and ever. Now, I do know that the midwife needs to use the bed, and I'm not exactly sure. Okay, yeah, and Javon just basically got kicked out. Okay, so we're still able to get our dilation checked. And oh my goodness gracious, y'all. She just strips down to her skivvies, and we just, you know, we go through the process. I'm not gonna lie, this itch hurts. Just speaking from experience. Dilation, you are 3 centimeters dilated. How do you feel? Like, I'm ready to give birth, to be honest. But basically, to progress the dilation, as I've told you guys earlier, take a shower, go on the walk, sway together, cuddle in the bathtub, utilize that yoga ball, and then eventually your sim will be dilated enough to give birth. But if you're like me and you're impatient and you want to speed up the process because you don't want to wait however many days it is, all you need to do is just shift click your sim, hit childbirth settings, and then you're able to give birth immediately. Don't worry, your sim won't go into like the natural Sims for birth, you'll still have an adequate amount of time to go through whatever home birthing method it is that you have chosen. I just noticed that Jaylene actually now has a sad moodlet, and it says, "Don't leave me," from going into labor. Jaylene doesn't want to be alone right now. The contractions are too much, and being by herself is making her sad. She would like to have someone help her through the next wave of contractions. Thankfully for Jaylene, she doesn't have to go through this much longer. I think we're just gonna cut to the chase, and I'm gonna go and have her give birth immediately. First, I'd like to show you guys what it looks like to have the baby delivered in the birthing pool, and then we'll do this again, and I'll show you what it looks like to give birth on the bed. So I'm pretty sure the midwife, Javon, and Jaylene will be a part of this process, because I know that when I play tested it earlier, he was. Okay, good. So Javon is eager and ready to be a part of this process, but the midwife is on the side, and she's kind of, you know, making sure that Jaylene is comfortable, and Javon's over there like crying into his armpit and just trying to be super subtle about it. It definitely does take a little bit of time. You'll notice your sim like going on their side and trying different positions to be comfortable, but I like that this animation isn't rushed, and it just again feels really organic and natural. So she's also getting on all fours. This might be where she pushes out the baby. Things get a little intense right now. Congratulations, it's a girl. We're just gonna randomize it because it really doesn't matter. And then voila, the baby is born. Unfortunately, I don't think I had enough space for the bassinet, and this is what I'm talking about when your baby gets basically yeeted into oblivion. The only thing you really need to do to fix this if it happens is you just need to move your family out of the house and move them back in, and then your baby's bassinet will spawn somewhere on your lot. But let's just take a moment to enjoy how sweet this precious bonding moment is. I love that the baby actually comes out, you know, fresh and without their pañuelito. And then there's Javon waving hi. Jaylene is just absolutely obsessed. She's in love. She's giving baby smooches. Seriously, you guys, it really doesn't get much better than this. And for the final way for your sim to give birth at home, you'll need to pick up those baby boom birth pillows. And again, they're 100 simoleon, so this is probably like one of the cheaper ways to give birth at home. And you'll place them on top of your bed. There are like a couple different swatches if you really are picky and you want to like coordinate them to kind of look like they're a part of your bed. You can do that. And once your sim is ready to give birth, all you need to do then is click the pillows and select have baby delivered. And then your significant other should come by your bedside and help you through that process. You don't necessarily need the midwife for this one, but since she's here, I'm not going to dismiss her. And so they'll basically both kind of walk over to the bed. I think they primarily just stay on the right side. That's just what I've noticed. Not that it matters, but again, you do want to make sure you have enough space so that your crib will be generated and not yeeted like the previous baby. And then there is Javon putting his hand on, I thought at first he was holding her belly, but it looks like he's actually just holding her hand and kissing it. Oh my god, it's so sweet. Even this is like super tender, and he helps her up, and I don't know what the heck is really going on because this blurs here. Granted, you could remove the blur if you wanted to, but like I'm not, you know, I'm not too worried about it. And he grabs her face, and Jaylene's probably thinking, gosh, Javon, I want to give up, it hurts so bad. And he's like, babe, you're doing amazing, you're doing fantastic, it's okay, you can do this. And she's like, hey, help me up, I think the baby's coming. And wow, I love it. You can kind of see the silhouette of her pushing out the baby. And then again, congratulations, it's a girl, so we'll randomize it because I'm not actually going to name the baby any of these things. And I don't know if he's like helping her. He is. Oh my god, oh my god, you can kind of see it. He is literally pulling the baby out, and then all of a sudden we have two babies, but one's part of the animation and then one's actually our baby Adriana. And so the couple will snuggle and they'll hold each other and, like, you know, just do all the cute stuff that they did a little bit earlier. And then even Javon gets to hold the baby and they get to admire the little life that they both helped create. There's quite a few things that this mod actually does to exhibit a more realistic birthing experience, like your sims will gain weight. I think you can actually control this. In fact, if you select your sim and you go into the childbirth settings, you're able to fine tune a lot of the different individual aspects of this mod. So like if you're having an issue where non-pregnant Sims are experiencing dilation. You can fix that. You can also turn off weight gain after birth. You can, wear your own clothes during natural birth, or you can mark as giving birth. And as you guys saw earlier, you can also induce an immediate birth just to kind of progress things further along. I'm not quite sure how long this moodlet's been here, but we do have a happy moodlet, and it says, Jaylene is so grateful for her partner for helping her give birth. Everything happened so fast, and the baby came out screaming with eyes wide open and was absolutely perfect. This is a moment Jaylene will remember for the rest of her life. I had Jaylene finally send home the midwife, and it was only $477. Like, that's an easy price to pay for peace of mind. But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. I hope you loved the home birth update for the realistic birthing mod by PandaSama. If you guys are interested in checking it out, I will go ahead and provide the details down in the description. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. For the sun does not shine, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.